The mother strangely noticed that every time her daughter played with her best friend, she would deliberately touch her friend's chest and then show a shy, embarrassed expression. At first Lisa didn't pay much attention, thinking it was just a sign of her daughter's early innocence and curiosity. But the next day, while hanging up her husband's pants to dry, she unexpectedly found her daughter's underwear in his pocket. A wave of dread surged through her heart. She rushed into the room ready to ask what was going on, but there she saw her 10-year-old daughter putting on makeup imitating adults. Sensing something terribly wrong, Lisa was about to question her when her husband stormed back home in anger. Without a word, he kicked her to the ground. After venting his rage, he suddenly scooped up their daughter in his arms, his hand wandering to places it should never go. Lisa was overcome with fury. She stepped out of the room and grabbed the sickle hanging on the wall. But when she met her daughter's innocent eyes, all her rage instantly turned into helplessness. She didn't want her daughter to have a murderer for a mother, yet she was alone with no one to turn to, except her best friend. At that moment, Mary was busy packing her luggage, preparing to return to Seoul. Seeing this, Lisa begged her to take herself and her daughter along. However, Mary's response left her bitterly disappointed. It turned out that ever since Lisa had been forced to marry on the island, she had written letters every day begging her friend for help, but every letter sent to Seoul was thrown away by Mary. Desperate, Lisa finally told her the truth about her daughter, but instead of sympathy or help, Mary accused Lisa of making up such an outrageous story just to find a way to Seoul. Lisa had placed all her hopes on Mary, but her cold indifference cut her deeply, the same coldness she had shown as a child. Back then, Lisa and Mary had become lifelong friends through a flute. One day Mary was harassed by 4 boys. Terrified, she hid behind Lisa. To protect their precious friendship, Lisa stood up for her, but to her shock, Mary abandoned her and ran away. Yet halfway, Mary circled back, hiding behind a tree, watching with her own eyes as Lisa was assaulted in turn by the boys. After her pleas for help failed, Lisa didn't give up. She remembered the woman who could take her away. So while her husband was asleep, she quietly stole the boat fare and the key to the locked phone. Then she opened the cabinet, took out the phone and contacted the woman. They agreed on a time before dawn. That night, Lisa stayed awake. Before sunrise, she hurried to the shore with her daughter in her arms. The woman kept her promise and arrived, but the boatman she brought with her made Lisa freeze in shock. It was her husband's childhood friend. At the same time, the woman noticed Lisa's furious husband chasing after them.